Mr. Mike Mountain. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Hello, how you doing today? ¿Cómo estamos?
I'm doing good, doing good. What was that? What was that?
¿Cómo estamos?
¿Cómo
How are we doing?
estamos? Yes, right. Bien, bien. Well, welcome to Millennium TV 24. We want to thank you for stopping through. So, rapper, producer of the Puerto Rican descent, correct?
Yes.
All right. So
Puerto
give us a
Rican
little
descent. I'm of mixed descent. I'm of
Native
Puerto
American
Rican,
too.
African, or Native American, African American, European. I did a DNA test, found out I have some North African too. It's crazy,
Well, I mean,
crazy.
we already know that being Puerto Rican anyway, so we have other
True.
cultures and other backgrounds. But give us a little history on your music and how did you start, Mike?
Well, I started recording recording music when I was 14, 15 years old. When I was in high school, I ran into some guys who were taking it seriously and doing demo tapes. This was back in the 90s, around 92, 93. And I started recording and doing demos, getting with the group and making music, uh, producing, making beats when I was 16 with analog equipment. When I got into my 20s, I started putting out my music and publishing it. Actually, when I turned 2026 is when in 2007 is when I put out my first album on all platforms, and it made a lot of noise in the underground scene for no promotion. It got around. It created a buzz. People started coming to me and were like, "Are you this guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Oh wow, I heard you with a new retro." And I'm like, "Well, that's what I wanted to do because I like making 90s type of music, you know."
Right, absolutely. I definitely know. I'm from, I graduated high school in the 90s, let's just say that. So, yes.
Same here. Same,
Indeed.
same here.
So,
So
talking about that, because I just seen your video, and that's how you start off your video, where somebody is coming into you, and it's Black Spanish, correct? Did I say it
yeah, that's
correct?
right.
Black Spanish,
That's right.
and someone comes up to you, hey, I heard you was Mike. Da da da. Give us a little background on Black Spanish, what that song means to you, and to the.
Well, that song is Black Spanish is basically a representation for everybody who's Afro Latino or who's Latin and have an African appearance, African a clear African descent ancestry that's visible. It's for people who love the Black culture and love the African aspects of Spanish culture, and that was brought in from West Africa and also from North Africa, from the Moors, and it's a beautiful it's a beautiful song that represents who I was growing up and accepting who I was, and learning my language and my culture, and as well as who I am today, and full circle. So it represents me and anybody that's like me, and it's basically like a beacon, a homing beacon, or a song reaching out to anybody that can relate to it.
Understood. Let me ask you a question. Growing up, because you said you had to learn, if I'm not mistaken, that's what I thought I heard you say. You
That's right.
learning that Puerto Ricans are just not, of the Spanish. You know what I mean? That there's so
Right.
much more to it. How was that in you finding out, that you're black and you have African descent? What was that like for you?
Well, actually, I grew up in an African American household. My mom's
Okay.
black.
Okay.
She's mixed, but she's labeled, her ethnicity is African American.
Got it. Okay. So you
She
already had that because I know there's a lot of Hispanics who are black Spanish, and they still it took them a while to
assimilated.
understand their Afro eccentric, their Afro
Yeah,
background.
yeah. A lot of Puerto Ricans that got here were had to assimilate quickly, and were either, especially in the South, had to had to adjust quickly and were assimilated into the African American community. And you know, if you're black, then you're automatically African American. You know,
Right.
and that happens to a lot of people in the diaspora. As far as people from Africa and the Caribbean and even Papua New Guinea, you know, they become African American. Even white people from Africa, from South Africa. But yeah, as me growing up, I had learned. I found out that I was Puerto Rican when I was about 2, going on 3, and ever since I've been learning about the language from my relatives.
Okay.
I've been learning the language from also people in the streets that I meet. Growing up in my area is mostly people from El Salvador and Central America. There are Dominicans here.
Because you're in DC, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, in the DC area. That's right. So there are Dominicans here, but it's mostly El Salvadorians and you know. So I learned. I have a mixture. I have a very mezclado asiento or vocabulary.
Okay, yeah, because your music is, as we call it out here, Spanglish, right? So you have
Spanglish. Yeah, it's a mix. You know, and that's what I feel most comfortable doing. You know, me and other artists like my close friend Thurston Howe the Third. He does Spanglish. He's a master at that Spanglish too, and we kind of sharpen each other's swords when we go at it and make songs together.
Okay.
So yeah.
Right.
And other MCs like me that are on the album that do Spanglish as well. We sharpen each other's swords like steel sharpens steel.
Was your music always that way, or did you start off with just English? And are all your songs on your new album? Because you have an album out, and you could talk about that as well. Pedagua, correct? 2020, that's when it was released? Pedagua.
Yes,
and if people don't know what Pedagua is, you can tell them. Let them know what.
Piragua is think of pyramid and water. Piragua. It's a snow cone tree. It's kind of like an Italian icy, but it's Puerto Rican. It comes in different flavors like grape, passion fruit, coconut, pina colada, strawberry, punch.
Lemon was my favorite. Yes.
Lemon. Tamarindo, all types of guava, all types of stuff. So it's basically something that refreshes you. And
hold that thought, Mike. Mike, I'm sorry. Move your camera to your right a little bit. I want to make sure because your face keeps getting cut off. Yeah, there we go. All right, go ahead. And you had the idea.
So I got the idea because of you know, I saw a Piragua cart and I was like, this represents everything that's fun about, you know, the Puerto Rican culture in the summertime. And I was born in the summer, so I was like, I want to make an album about this. And I made it off the image itself, and I made the cover, and then I started making songs with other artists and myself, and just started creating Spanish themed songs. And so basically Piraguas is like, I'm giving different flavors. I'm the guy who has the piraguas that's like piragua, you know, the piraguero that has the different piraguas, and I'm giving out different flavors, whether that's reggaeton or boom bap, hip hop, classic New York hip hop, or it's Latin trap. You know, it's, you know, all different flavors. But it's all Latin, and it's a variety. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, what we call muchos sabores.
Is that a lot of flavors? Is that a lot of
much flavors? A lot of flavors.
Much flavor,
right.
Yes. So, talk about the album. Who do you have on there? And I believe you had some major producers on there help you as well, if I'm not.
Oh yeah. I want to give a shout out to my man E-Rex, aka Mr. Scratch Hook. You can catch him at MrScratchHook.com. He produced a lot of the tracks. He also engineered and mixed down the whole album. He also did all of the cuts, the record scratches, the DJ scratches. Mm-hmm. Also, I have 2 songs that were produced by the world famous Domingo. If people don't know who that is, he produced Big Pun He's a Grammy award-winning producer. He just got a award for Drake and Big Pun. Not too long ago. He did songs for Fat Joe, Cool G Rap, all types of people. All types of people.
Nice.
He's basically. I hope you mind if I take a sip real quick. My mouth is kind of dry.
No, please go ahead.
Yeah. We got a lot of different producers on there, and I produce a lot of good songs on there as well. It's pretty good. Hazo Blaze produced Black Spanish. We got Papa Nard, Big Papa Nard. He produced Tiempo para Sexo, which is a little adult, but it's just reggaeton. So reggaeton isn't necessarily meant to be nice, We have my boy Senzu Beats, who did Hocus Pocus. So it's a good variety of music. It's got different producers.
Awesome. So I know your music is both English and Spanish. How do you plan to reach out other people who are not of Hispanic descent with your music?
Through the English and the hip hop itself. Because it's not for people that just speak Spanish. It's for people that speak English. It's for everybody. It's for people that speak French. It's for everybody. Anybody that can feel the beat in their heart.
Absolutely.
Anybody that can feel the rhythm. Anybody that likes the rhymes, likes the wordplay, that wants to learn Spanish, that wants to learn English. It's for people who are Spanish who want to learn English. It's for people who are English that want to learn Spanish. It's for everybody. It's for everybody. But I would like to overall bridge the gap between both American and the Spanish audience.
Awesome. So anybody that you're looking forward to working with in the near future?
Wow. I haven't really thought about it. I would like to work with a young guy who just came out. His name's Mike Towers.
Okay.
He's a Puerto Rican reggaeton Latin trap star. Mike Towers, Jay Cortez, Bad Bunny, of course, or Bad Bunny. That's what they call him.
Is that how they say
it? Yeah. And J Balvin.
Okay.
If I ever get into to rub elbows with those guys, I would love to definitely cook something up with them.
That's what's up. And at the end of the day, what does your music represent for you and for the culture?
It represents something. It's a frequency. It's a frequency. It's like a Native American drum pattern. It's a frequency that you gotta tune into, and it's lyrical wordplay, and it's just it's my contribution to the legacy of hip hop.
Awesome. That's what's up, Mike. It's been a pleasure. Let us know how they can download your music, how they can buy your music, how they can find you, how can they support you, and anything else. If I missed something and you want to elaborate on, please be free.
Okay. You can check me out at MikeMountain.com. That's MICMOUNTAIN.com. You can buy CDs there, physical copies, digital copies. You can buy T-shirts, you can buy jackets, hats, all types of merchandise and paraphernalia. Merchandise and
Good.
Things there. Good stuff. Legal stuff.
Just go to the website, man.
Legal stuff. Just go to the website, MikeMountain.com. You can catch me on Instagram at The Real Mike Mountain.
Yes.
You can catch me on Twitter at Mike Mountain. Facebook at Mike Mountain fan page. I'm everywhere. You can just Google MIC